So for quite some time, I've been wanting to do a throwback video, a former MLB The Show game, and I did some perusing, some browsing on the interwebs, and I came up with this. We got MLB The Show 14, which cost me all of $3. With free shipping, $3 even. I mean, how can you beat that value? So today we're going to be hopping on MLB The Show 14. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't think I played this game. Yeah, this does not seem reminiscent whatsoever. This is the first MLB The Show game ever on the PlayStation 4 console, following MLB 13, which I know I played that one with McCutcheon on the cover. This is Miguel Cabrera, of course. Yeah, I've definitely never seen this intro. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, I did not play MLB 14. Okay, that's dope. Okay, I really do like this intro. I really think MLB The Show always kills it with the intros. I really like all the time what they do. Like, look at that, the landscapes behind them, the Rangers. This is really cool and innovative. I mean, I like what they do nowadays. Of course, they have more of a realistic looking at actual, clips from the MLB, but I kind of like showing in-game clips. It really gets you pumped up. Okay, here we go. MLB The Show 14, gonna go ahead and enter. I remember this menu because MLB 15 had pretty much the same identical thing. Of course, they have Diamond Dynasty. Unfortunately, the servers are shut down. I knew that prior, so we're not going to be able to get into there. Really, what I want to do is I want to check out the rosters for sure, because I know that's going to be interesting. Look to see if Franchise has changed it all in 6 years, which it probably hasn't, and do some gameplay. I'm really curious to see how this plays, because usually the first game on a new console is pretty trash, let's be honest. They're figuring things out, so I don't expect this to be any different, and I'm not going to be too hard on the gameplay if it is that better, but of course, graphically, it's going to look a lot better than PS3. Road to the Show as well. I don't know if I'll touch that, and mini modes. There's a lot of stuff that they took out from MLB The Show 19. It's not in the game. It was in the game at this point, but not anymore. They should probably bring it back. Stuff like community challenges, we're not going to be able to get on any of these because the servers are once again shut off. And I know that people would farm stubs and rewards after game rewards, but these were so much fun. If they can control it and bring it back, I would love to see it in MLB 20. I guess it's just go balls deep and look at the rosters. Chris Davis is a 92 overall. That didn't stay for long. That is crazy. This is already really weird seeing the Orioles like this. Remember when the Orioles were actually good? They were kind of on top of the East at this point, I do believe. Adam Jones, 88. Nick Markakis still over here. Young Manny Machado, age 21, so really young. Ubaldo Jimenez, man, once the Rockies trade him, I swear, as soon as that happened, he was trash. He sucked. Nobody else too interesting. Delman Young, that's a pretty cool name as a Rays fan. Here for the Red Sox, of course, Big Papi is still here at this point. They got Dustin Pedroia back when he was a bit more healthy. Would really like to see him play a little bit more once again. Shane Victorino, Jake Peavy, AJ Przinsky, a lot of cool names. I got myself on the Boston Red Sox. The resemblance isn't that close. I mean, we both have a beard, but his is better than mine. 21-year-old Xander Bogaerts. That's pretty cool. I wonder if Mookie Betts is over here. We have a rookie JBJ. But no, it doesn't look like Mookie is over here. Let's take a look at the Yankees. Man, this team, oh my god, they're old as dirt. They're practically fossils. 38, 30, 36, 38, 39, 39, 40. This is crazy. Let's just take a look. How many of these guys are no longer in MLB The Show? Or let's look at the guys that are. Ellsbury, but he doesn't really play. David Robertson, yup. Brian McCann, he retired this year, so he's not going to be in there anymore. Literally Ellsbury and David Robertson. Beltran, manager of the Mets. Teixeira, retired. Soriano, retired. CeCe, retired this year. A-Rod, retired. Jeter, retired. I think this was his last year. Ichiro, retired. This is crazy looking at the Yankees, old as shit, and now they're young as hell and prospering. The Rays, I think this is kind of when we started to decline. David Price, I think this was his last year with the Rays. Nothing too interesting. You guys don't care about the Rays anyway. The Jays having Jose Reyes and R.A. Dickey and Mark Burley. They used to look a lot different, of course. Once again, now very young, just like the Yankees, except probably younger. Bautista's actually good at this point. We got the White Sox. Chris Sale only an 88 overall, pretty young. Paul Konerko still in the league. Nothing too crazy with them. Adam Dunn is still here. That's pretty cool. The Indians, Jason Kipnis, back before, well, he's worthless now. He wasn't worthless at this point. Michael Brantley, Jan Gomes, another brethren of mine. Nick Swisher, always loved that name. Ooh, the Tigers, Miguel Cabrera, 99 overall. How the mighty have fallen. This Tigers team is crazy. If you think about Verlander, Anibal Sanchez, and Scherzer, and Porcello, 4 Cy Young Award winners and 3 rings, and they never won shit. And you got Joe Nathan, Miggy, Torrey Hunter, Kinsler, Victor Martinez. I don't know how this team did not win a ring. I guess because it was an even year. The Royals, I think this was when they were going to make back-to-back World Series. Shields, Alex Gordon, pretty young still, not quite at their full potential. The Twins, this is when they were pretty trash. Joe Mauer over to first base at this point. Nothing too interesting. Y'all don't care about the Twins either. Mike Trout is already in 99 at this point. Pujols still hanging on to what's left of his career. 86 Josh Hamilton. Man, I tell you, if you want to talk about horrible contracts, if you wonder why the Angels are put in the position they have been, it's because of these 2 contracts right here, and CJ Wilson a little bit as well, I do believe. Those were horrid contracts. I think this is the only year they made the playoffs, though, under Mike Trout. Damn. The A's, this is when they were doing those runs, starting to not go so moneyball, and, you know, now they're probably even better than they were at this point. Cespedes is still over there. Last year at Donaldson, I think 15 is when he won, 15, he won MVP, went to the Jays. Robbie Cano, I think this is his first year as a Mariner. Felix, I think, is starting his decline around this time. Really hate to see it. It's crazy. He started so young, and he's only still, what is this, 14? He'd be like, what, 33? He's not that old yet. Fernando Rodney on his 20th team, I swear. He's been on half the teams in the MLB. You Darvish in 95. Prince Fielders over here. Neftali Feliz. Adrian Beltre. This team. There's just so much nostalgia over here. We have the Houston Astros. Back before their cheating ways, before they were poverty and tanking, and eventually, do they have Correa yet? They don't have Correa, they don't have Springer, they don't have Bregman. They have Altuve, who's 83 overall. The Braves still have 96 Craig Kimbrell, Andrelton Simmons, Jason Hayward. This Braves team never really amounted to all that much. A lot of these guys left very soon after. R.I.P. man. Jose Fernandez, young Giancarlo Stanton. They got Yelich, who's not very good at this point. Jared Saltabakia. I've yet to see an MLB name that is ever going to surpass that one. I'm sorry. It doesn't really show in the game, but in real life, this name stretched throughout the whole entire jersey. It was a backwards U. Nationals, Steven Strasburg, an 86 overall Bryce Harper, only 21 years old. Still crazy, they never really did anything in the postseason until after Harper left. Harvey, when he was still good, I think this was the year before the Mets went to the World Series against the Royals and obviously lost. Bartolo Colon still here at 40 years old. The Phillies, I think this is the end of their prime. Cliff Lee, he was still there, but Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard and Chase Utley. I think this was all the last year or second to last year with the Phillies. The Cubs were still horrible at this point. I don't think they had, they did have Rizzo. They did not have Chris Bryant or any of the other cast. The Reds, Joey Votto, Aroldis Chapman still over there. Gonna try and speed through this. Some of these teams aren't that interesting. The Brewers weren't that good. Well, they were decent at this point. Carlos Gomez, their best player. Really short prime. Astronomically micro Dick Smith. small prime that he had. Of course, Andrew McCutchen, this is when the Pirates would make the playoffs for a couple times right there. Beardless Garrett Cole. Get ready to see this ugly mug throughout the whole season, because this is what he's going to look like now with the Yankees. Cardinals still really good, 95 Yadier Molina. I think this is kind of his prime. Of course, this is post Pujols. Waino still in 93. I didn't think he was this good at this point. Paul Goldschmidt, 94 overall. The Diamondbacks before they went to those horrid jerseys. The Rockies, man, Tulo and Cargo, both above 95, a young Arenado. Imagine this team all in their prime. That would be ridiculous, except they'd still have no pitching, of course. The Dodgers, 90, Hanley, Ramirez, Greinke, Kemp, Puig, Agon, Crawford, a lot of names over there. The Padres, nobody cares about. And then the Giants, 89, Bumgarner, Sergio Romo, Kane, Pablo, Lincecum, and Buster Posey before he's a dud nowadays. Really interesting, man. These rosters are crazy. I always find it a lot of fun to go back and look at those to see what players have retired and how overrated or underrated a player might have been. They're always so much fun to look at. I guess let's go ahead and look at franchise mode. Curious to see. They rank the Dodgers first overall. The Cardinals are third. The Cubs are pretty much last. 30th is the Houston Astros. How that changed. Second place is the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees are 27th at this point. What? They're good players. How are they 24th? Anyway, let's go ahead and use the Rays. Just check out what this looks like. I assume it's going to be pretty similar to what we have nowadays. I don't think they've added all that much. They still had training at this point. Let's just end spring training. Scouting is still here. I don't really remember all that they really would have added from this point until nowadays, current MLB The Show 19. I guess the contracts are a bit different. Player development can't be any worse than it is at this point. It's weird to say, but this looks pretty similar other than the UI. Other than the presentation changes, having the box layout, and you can't do critical situations, or I think you can do player lock at this point, this franchise is damn near the same thing. They just slapped a new coat of paint on it and called it something new. Okay, one other important thing. I guess they also introduced the suggested trade feature. I don't see a way that I can do that right now, so that's another thing they added. I don't want to sound completely negative and act like they did nothing. They definitely did something, but I should hope so. It's 6 years in the future. By golly, I should hope something new is added. I guess all there's left to do is hop into a game that's just do an exhibition. I'm definitely going to use the Yankees. I'm not passing up the opportunity to use all of these fossils on one team. Jeter, A-Rod, Teixeira, Soriano, that's crazy. Let's face the Tigers. I think they're one of the better teams. I didn't see their rank, but let's just go ahead and do this matchup. We don't have really any pitching at this point. We have an old CC Sabathia, and then this lineup, who's on our bench? Let's make sure we have Ichiro out there. Who cares about Brett Gardner? Kelly Johnson, Brian Roberts. Oh my lord, this team is so old. I'm missing something. We don't have Alexander Emmanuel Steroid Rodriguez. We have to go call him up. They really tried to have Kelly Johnson start over A-Rod for me in this game. What the hell? Okay, here we go. This is my first experience playing this game. The Yankees were 85 and 77 the prior year. The Tigers were real good, of course. Joe Girardi still under managerial spot at the Yankees. This should be interesting. The graphics, they look pretty good. Oh, what the hell? I am not using that camera angle. I think we'll stick with this one. It looks pretty decent, can get a good view. This is on legend difficulty. I might have to change things if it gets a little bit too wet and wild. Jacoby Ellsbury batting leadoff in 2014 against Justin Verlander. Man, 3-0 count right here. Wait for our pitch. What the hell is that? That nearly touched his neck. I just remembered this is before the ball physics and everything else, so this game should feel a lot different. Oh, look at those runner windows. That That looks a lot reminiscent of like a PS2 game. It's hard to explain because the textures don't look so good, especially if you're going to look at that building in center field. It doesn't look that crisp, but the player models kind of look better than some games that came out after this in the series. This is Beltran. He's my highest rated player. I don't know how. I don't remember him being that good on the Yankees. I should not have swung at that pitch. Nothing's changed. Ooh, we got text Mark Teixeira. Okay, slide steps were in this game. I didn't think those came until a little bit later. Those 2 outs, gonna try and get ourselves into scoring position. Ellsbury, what? I was out. Not exactly sure how I was out on that play, but whatever. On the mound now. What the hell was that, CC? That wasn't my fault. His stomach got in the way of his arm and it just missed the mark. Full count to Kinsler. Slider, that is going to be down the line. Nice hit right there. I think we got Ichiro in left field. Really nice lack of urgency right there, and that's going to be a double. He was playing putt-putt golf with the wall over there. I don't know what that was. I can't even throw for a little bit. Okay, they made a lot of adjustments from now since MLB 14. That's for damn sure. Oh, Christ. So now we got Prime Miggy up to bat. Slider right down the middle. Exactly how I want to start out this at bat. This is his one and only cold zone. I guess we're going to attack that. That's a pretty good pitch. We could possibly get a double play and get out of this. Man, this Tigers team is so good. Now they've got Victor Martinez up to bat. There's no breaks in this lineup. Let's go back to the sliding curveball. I think we hit our spot. Double play. There we go. Okay, y'all can call me a little pussy, but I am going to gonna kick this down to Hall of Fame. Something else very noticeable from this game compared to now is the pitch speeds are a lot higher. 3-0 count to Shara. Why? That was jamming my hands. That was ball 4. When in doubt, blame the camera angle. I'm not used to it. That's the reason why. And we're still oppo cheesing in MLB 14. Let's go, McCann. Look, like I'm telling you, that's PS2. That's just a blank gray jersey. That's like when you're just starting Diamond Dynasty and you don't mess with your jerseys. You just hop into a game and it looks like it's like a plain Gildan t-shirt. That's the best way to explain it. There ain't no word marks saying New York across the chest. There's no number. There's no name. It's like back in the 1900s. Woo! Soriano, there we go, baby. No doubter about that one. Taking Justin Verlander deep, 38 years old. It doesn't matter. I can't put into words how clean that felt off the bat. This is rewarding you for having good placement on your PCI. A-Rod, another single. Derek Jeter up to the dish. This is going to be... Oh, that was an error. That's a hit in my book. The last season for Derek Jeter. Once again, a horrible pitch to swing at. Ooh, those pitches down low. I'm seeing those pretty nicely. It's going to go to center field, but we get 2 runs off the big home run from Soriano. Now, I'm likely not going to sit here and play a full 9-inning game. We'll probably go 3 and see if we can possibly win. That's not a good fastball. That's perhaps a horrible fastball. Can we get there, Ellsbury? This in 19, that would have had an animation lock, and I would have caught that. This time, not so much. He's going home. He pump faked. I have a 1-run lead. All the things that I take for granted in MLB The Show 19, just being easier, being faster, having smoother transitions, it ain't here. Slider to him right there. Jeter, can we get a nice jump throw? He wasn't going to get him anyway, but I would have loved to see it. Okay, Nick Castellanos is on this game. For some reason, I didn't think he was playing. That's a good makeshift pitch out, but he's still getting in there. Change up to him, easy play. Jeter gonna make that one. And for y'all wondering, just because I moved our hitting down to Hall of Fame, pitching is still on Legend. So yeah, I don't want to hear any bupkis in the comments. So this is going to be it. This is our last ups right here in the 3rd inning. Just missed it with Ellsbury. Easy fly out. It truly baffles me the pitches I decide to swing at some points. Like that one right there. What the hell is wrong with me? We're going to beat it out though. Still got speed at 40 years old. Speaking of speed, I'm not going to rule out trying to steal. That gets past him. I don't know who he has. I think that's Torrey Hunter. We would have been gunned down. Big spot, Teixeira. Need you to come through. Stop swinging at pitches in the dirt. Seriously. Woo! That's going to the foul pole. We got it, baby. Off the top of the foul pole. Mark Teixeira, another dinger, baby. Let's go. These home runs, they feel so smooth, so crisp off the press of the X button. Oh, it is so nice. Take a look at that. I mean, are you not feeling something down there? Imagine if we had the same experience in MLB 19. It's weird, despite it being more realistic with the ball physics in current day, the hitting just feels better. Soriano, see if we can do it again. I know we've got a 4-run lead, but with me pitching, with me handling this controller, anything really can happen. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose. Oh my god, late on the slider. Get punched out right there. I think that's the only time it got struck out. A big home run from Teixeira. Let's go ahead and clinch this win. Who's my best reliever? We have David Robertson. Everybody else sucks. We have a very young Dellin Betances. I guess we gotta go with David Robertson. Looks like they got the top of the order. Kinsler. Why can't I move my catcher? We could have caught that. It's not Gary Sanchez. There's got to be some hustle out of the box. 1-2, let's go with a nice little cut piece. Not enough cut, and that's going to stay fair. That looked like it was going to go foul initially, and that's going to be an easy leadoff double. The worst thing now is if David Robertson completely shits the bed, we kind of have to keep him in unless I want to go with the 60 overall. Fastball, horrible pitch. A-Rod, please. I know you're old, brittle from those steroids. Just make the squeeze. Vamos míos. I really don't want to face Miggy at this point. He's going to get a base hit. He's not going to be able to advance to home. Runners on the corners. 1 man out. Victor Martinez coming up to the bat. Robertson already getting tired. He's thrown 10 pitches. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Fast wins Mark Teixeira. Snagging and tagging, and we get the win. Tex, easily the MVP of this game. Huge double play right there and a big 3-run shot. We had 6 hits, we gave up 5. That was actually pretty fun gameplay, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sure, there's some things that I didn't love, you know, with the defensive kind of lack of urgency and things not being so smooth, obviously. Like I said, this is the first game on the PS4. That kind of stuff usually happens. With all that being said, the hitting, it just feels different nowadays. If you have this game, if you have MLB 14, MLB 15, go back and play it. MLB 16 as well, that still had the old hitting system. Let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer it compared to nowadays? I just think it feels better. That's my opinion. I think that's gonna about do it for this one. Hopping into a throwback, a classic MLB The Show game, MLB 14. I think this is like 6 years ago at this point, and the first game ever on the PlayStation 4. It was honestly a lot of fun. If you guys want me to do more throwback videos, I will definitely do that. I am planning something, little hint, little secret. It's gonna be pretty big, and I want to do it before MLB 20 comes out, so just be on the lookout for that. If you guys have not subscribed yet, make sure and do so as well. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like down below. I kind of did my outro out of order, so yeah, have a good day, guys. Bye.